I've had about 30 videos come in. I should be able to get through them all this week, I reckon. So if you've got some more, give me a Dropbox link to your skiing in the comments and I will have a look. First up, we have GTR Larry. This one's actually pretty easy. He's only sent me a video of 32 off and I'm actually quite okay with the way that he's running 32 off. I'm a big believer that it's important to work on the errors that are causing you to miss your hardest pass. And often when I watch someone run a pass which is not their hardest pass, it's very easy for me to pick up what is then going to go wrong on their hardest pass. But for this 32 off, I mean, it's pretty good. He sort of backs off once he gets to 4-ball. It's nice to sort of keep the intensity up the whole way down the pass, but really this looks like someone that can run a 12 or a 35 off. So Larry, that's a pretty good 32 off. Send us a video of 35 and we'll see what happens. Next up, we have Joel from Ball of Spray. So Joel, this is not too bad skiing, right? Underneath it all, you actually look like quite a decent skier, but geez, we've got a big error here. I'm not seeing any ability to get into your lean approaching the ball prior to letting go of the handle. And if you're going to talk about 32 off and beyond, that handle needs to be the reason you got into your lean. I need you holding onto the handle through your edge change until the handle pulls you to the inside edge and you've fully set your lean approaching the buoy. Then you let go and your lean remains the same all the way into the buoy, around the buoy and out of the buoy. What I'm seeing at the moment with this skiing here is you're doing sort of the beginning stages of your edge change. You're getting to the point where you are upright and the ski is flat, and then you're letting go and you're continuing the rest of that lean without any connection to the handle and a dip in the line, which is effectively, I would argue, just a fall in. And eventually the fall is completed by you saving the actual fall into the water by rotating the ski. This can be a tricky thing to learn, especially when it appears to be such a big habit like it is here for Joel. So what I would actually want Joel to do is to go on 15 off and 22 off if you can, and just run lots of passes with two hands. Maybe begin every set from now on by running 15 off with two hands, 22 off with two hands, and then maybe letting go for your 14 and beyond if you can run your 22 off with two hands. For people that really need to do this drill, running the slalom course with two hands is very difficult. And for people that don't necessarily need to do this drill, meaning that they do their edge change with two hands on the handle, it's actually generally not that hard of a thing for them to learn. So why I'm saying that is that I'm pretty sure for Joel, running a pass with two hands is going to be near on impossible, because there's no real sign of you being able to let the handle pull you into the lean. And if you're going to run the whole pass with two hands, you can't actually get through it unless you allow that to happen. Learning to run the course with two hands was pretty important for me. It didn't really come till later though. It was actually Caroline Cooper who first sort of encouraged me to run the course with two hands. I saw her do it and figured I'd be able to, and turns out I couldn't. So I mean, it took me about a season to learn how to run my first few passes with two hands. I still can't do it as well as the Cooper girls, but it is pretty important. There's a video on my Instagram somewhere of me running some passes with two hands, but through the edge change, you've really got to just allow the handle to completely pull you to the inside and into that lean. And then you sort of reach out on the shorter lines, which Joel, you won't be doing, but once you're talking about 35 off and beyond, to run it correctly with two hands, you've actually got to catch a glimpse of the buoy underneath your arm. But that's all pretty severe. For now, if you're just talking about 15 off and 22 off, you can keep your arm down under your chin, but you do just have to really commit to that lean. I should go find that Instagram footage and put it up here. Can you see it? It depends whether I could be bothered doing that or not. I should do it. I'll probably do it. Alrighty, next up we have Miles. Miles has sent me another fully completed pass, but unlike old Larry, I can actually quite clearly see something here that's going to be a very real issue once we're talking about 35 off and beyond, and that is that you're doing what we call collecting the line at the back of the ball. It's a tricky thing to sort of get out of your skiing, but it is very important that we do this. So what you're doing here, Miles, is on basically the end of every single turn, you're finishing your rotation quite well. Everything's looking reasonably in place, but you're standing up, you're losing that angle of your body relative to the water. then you're collecting the rope, and then you're increasing that lean back down into sort of the correct lean that we're going to need across the wakes. Now, there's lots of reasons people get into this habit. And the tricky thing is that when I get someone out there to then just go and stop doing that, generally something else goes wrong. But there's a whole series of consequences, and it's difficult for me to predict which one of these will go wrong. So for Miles, what I want is for you to send me another video of you coming into the ball with the same amount of lean that you've currently got, but then just maintaining that lean all the way through the rotation and into the handle collection, and then hopefully across the wakes themselves. And there's a chance something else will go wrong there. Some people sort of fall in, some blow the fin, some get stiff-legged. There's so many things that can happen. Often it's what we call a band-aid solution when you see skiers standing up to collect the line prior to getting into the actual cut themselves. There's a lot that happens at the back of the ball, but you do have to take that risk. You have to maintain that lean. You have to smash through that rotation. Sometimes it's people's desperate desire to keep their arms straight that causes this, because at the end of the ball on these really short lines, which is anything from 32 off and beyond, you really do see skiers pull the handle in, and that's okay. I'm not a big advocate of maintaining super straight arms. When you watch elite skiers ski, our arms are coming in and out at quite a few different zones throughout the pass. So yeah, if you do finish that rotation and there's a bit of loose line there, instead of keeping your arms straight and standing your body up, keep your body down and pull the handle in a bit. You can bring it in a bit if you need to. When it comes tight, it'll still be close, and you can sort of just bring it back down your body. But Miles, that's all just quite a long-winded way for me to say, send me a video of you maintaining the same lean that you have into the turn all the way through the turn. Don't stand your body up to collect that line. Send me a video of that and we'll assess what goes wrong there. Hopefully it gives you a few more buoys, and we'll be talking about it on 35 off. I'm going to do these a bit more regularly, so that'll do for today. Send me a Dropbox link to your skiing if you would like some coaching. And if you're keen to get better at skiing, keep watching these videos, because I think having some recognition of the errors that I want people to change, and then hopefully seeing some videos come back with some big buoy count improvements, will really sort of give people a grasp of the underlying fundamentals. It's easy to sort of see errors that everybody's making, but generally most of them are pretty irrelevant. You've got to sort of find out what the fundamental issue with each person's skiing is, and largely that's always based on correcting someone's path, not body position. Cheers for watching, guys. Send me your videos and good luck out there.